So hey guys, we're living in a very exciting time right now. 100 years ago, if you wanted to share an idea or a thought with the masses, you had to do it through the radio or through a newspaper or maybe a book. Not very accessible and pretty expensive. These days, you can put all your thoughts into a video and upload it to sites like Facebook or YouTube, and now you can put your content out there in a very dynamic way that can reach hundreds of millions, if not billions of people. Very low cost, very little effort. It just requires a good idea. What it's missing though is interactivity. Being able to just push your ideas out there is one thing, but being able to share and talk and interact with your audience, interact with the hundreds of millions of people out there, is really the next disruptive wave of communication. We already see this being pushed by companies like Facebook Live and Google Live, trying to enable users to use their phones to make live streaming videos. For most consumers, most average people, live streaming video is still not easy and not accessible enough. You have YouTube Live apps and Facebook Live apps that allow you to put your face onto your Facebook page or YouTube page, and you have companies like Twitch that allow you to publish your game feeds to those services. But to have a dynamic show, a dynamic experience, is just too much work and still too challenging for most people. Well, until just recently at least. What's possible now is anyone can be their own news network, can be their own 24-hour news network, bringing in journalists, bringing in content, connecting live streaming sources from around the world and bringing it together into your own social media feed that you control at virtually no cost. The next shopping network is available now. If you want to sell your goods on Facebook and YouTube interactively, speaking to your audience, not just through chat, but literally bringing them into your show and conversing with them, having them show you their closet and you providing feedback. Or maybe you are a real estate agent and you want to show a house to potential buyers. You can bring them in with you and show them and interact with them in real time. If you are a teacher, you can now bring in students from around the world, millions of them, into a single lecture, and then you can bring them onto your stage virtually, communicate with them, have them ask questions to you in real time so everyone is able to participate. If you are a charity, you can have your own telecall. You can have your own charity call-in. Instead of having people sitting there with phones, though, answering, taking donations, you can do it all digitally. People who donate a lot can be brought onto the show, and you can have them ask questions with you, have them talk to you, have them talk to other people in your show. It doesn't need to be you. You can bring in both guests from your audience, but also people who have higher value as performers. And all this is accessible, and all this is manageable for a single person on a single computer at no cost. No latency. Unlike many of the live streaming platforms out there, there isn't 5, 10, 15 seconds of latency between you and your audience. It's less than a second, and sometimes it's not even noticeable. It's as much latency as a cell phone call, I guess, these days. You don't need Skype. You don't have to add someone to your Skype account. You don't need to do screen grabs. You don't need to download software. Everything is available through a web page. You simply go to, and let's do it here, Stage 10. Stage10, TEN.TV, stage10.tv. Now, I would announce that I am a contributor for Stage 10. So I'm invested in its success, but there is really nothing like Stage 10 out there, and it is a reflection of the future, And the people who have things to lose, the big news industries, the big media conglomerates out there, are trying to move in this direction, and they're tripping over themselves. But someone like you can load up this website and start creating shows without the baggage, without the cost, without the overhead, and do it now. Because it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to get started today than it will be in 10 years. What I want to do though in this video is I want to show you, taking you through the sign-up process, showing you how to set things up, which is really easy. And you're going to watch me make a live show. Nothing advanced, nothing more than a demo of what's available. But what you're seeing now is really just a taste. And in the coming months, additional features will be added. And as you get experience with the platform, you'll be able to unlock creativity that will change the world. Trust me. If it's not this stage 10, it's going to be something. But nothing comes close to this right now. So let's check it out. Okay, we're going to get started with a start broadcasting for free. Now this is truly free. There's no cost to you to create a show, to create your own broadcasting channel. You can live stream as long as you want, in essence. Really only when you get to the enterprise tiers will you start to see costs of using this platform trickle in. So small early adopters, medium-sized creators, this is largely a free platform for you to use. Okay, so we're going to get started by entering our name. I'm going to create a new email account, and I'll then join up. Terms of service, and then one step away after signing up is connecting our social broadcasting accounts. So present day live streaming video needs to be done through your social media channels. So we have support for Twitch, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope. If you are an enterprise user, there's a lot more options. You can output to hundreds of channels at the same time. But for most people, one channel per social media endpoint. Getting started is very easy. I'll show you how. Connecting to Twitch. I was already signed into Twitch, but it connected me right away. So now Stage 10 and Twitch are connected. I'm going to connect to Facebook. Facebook is now connected. Groups, I'm going to publish this to my feed. Okay. So you saw a list of all my Facebook feeds. If I had a Facebook channel, I could publish to that, let's say. YouTube and Periscope at the moment have a little bit extra work. That's going to be solved in the future. Let me show you how to do that though. At the moment, you can say connect to YouTube. And in the next few weeks, we'll have it so it's the same type of social sign where you just enter your, just log in. But at the moment, you want to do a Steve's YouTube channel or whatever you want to call it. And then you want to go to let me see. You want to go to your YouTube page. You want to go to YouTube dashboard. Okay, so let me just load us up. So here's my dashboard, my YouTube page. I want to go to live streaming. Okay, so this will all be optional in the future, but for now, what you want is this. First of all, you want to copy and paste the stream URL. I'll put it into there. It's pretty much always the same, just in case. And then the next step, you want to keep this also secret, but you want to reveal your stream key and then paste that in here and then add. And now YouTube's connected. And then if you really want to do something interesting just while you're here, you can set the stream optimization to ultra low latency. So this allows for 0 latency. I'll put that to the side for now. So we have 3 social media endpoints connected. Periscope's the same way as the YouTube one. Again, social sign-in's coming soon. And then you hit start. This is your control room. I guess we're calling it the stage, or the switcher, or the mixer, or whatever you want to call it. This is where you make the show. And to operate a switcher, this mixer interface, you'll see that there's a minimum system requirements listed here. They really, a quad core, year 2014 or newer is ideal, 8 gigabytes of RAM or more, and it would be strongly recommended that you use a discrete graphics card, so a NVIDIA GPU or an ATI or AMD, excuse me, GPU. Generally, anything that's 2014 or newer that is a quad core will probably be adequate. A dual core would work, but you wouldn't be able to take advantage of the full functionality provided by this system. If you have a laptop, again, a quad core computer, recommended something that's more recent. A MacBook Air is a little bit on the low side, so I would not recommend that. If it happens to be that you do have a MacBook Air, or you do have a pretty weak internet connection, and you still want to make a show and you want to have high reliability, for example, let's say you're at a coffee shop, what I would recommend you do is you create a virtual desktop, a virtual Windows machine on Amazon. I'll do another video if anyone's interested on how to do that. I'll show the steps. It's pretty straightforward if you have an Amazon AWS account. Even that is pretty easy to get. But you can then host the switcher on your Amazon account. It would cost about 50 cents to an hour to operate, but it gives you pretty much unlimited performance to do any size show with high reliability and the best internet connection available. But if you don't have that, just have a decent computer, a decent laptop, a decent desktop, and you're good to go. So this is a quad core computer that I'm using. It's a 4-year-old computer, so it is a 2014 model quad core, and it has an NVIDIA GPU in it. It's about $700, $800 to buy this computer used, I guess. Cool. Now, one thing you'll notice is in the left-hand side here, we have a webcam drop-down that lets me see all the webcams and all the video interfaces available. And I also have all the audio adapters available. It has a little slider here that lets me hear how I sound, and I can adjust the volume level if needed. Excuse me. Down here, I'll show you that in a second, but what else? We have on the right-hand side our social media output points. If you want to give your social media output points a name, so for example, a title and description, for now you can give it a description. This is my test video. In the future, next week actually, there'll be a title option available as well. And so when you publish your videos to Facebook or to wherever, that will show up as a part of the post. Now, if you don't have a webcam, this little thing on your computer will not show up. You don't need a webcam to still be a switcher. To have the most basic show possible, what you do is you grab a webcam feed that you do have, and you drag it here. Drag a source, and you drop it. Okay, so we dragged the video in, and it shows up here. This screen is now your upcoming video. So this is not yet live. This is this is the arranging stage. You can arrange how the video wants to look. Once you're happy with how it looks, you can then push it into the main mix. Okay, so this window on the far right, the smaller one, is what the video will look like when it is going out to YouTube or Facebook or wherever. That is the how it looks video. You're not going to be able to hear yourself at the moment. The feedback from the microphone is a little annoying. There is a way to turn that on so you can hear yourself, but generally you don't want to hear yourself. So that's disabled. You can look at the audio meter and see that there is audio, and that's a good way to tell if your microphone is working. Now, you don't actually go live until you start pushing these videos out to the endpoint. You know what, I'll actually just get rid of this for now and talk directly into the camera. Cool. So you don't actually go live until you turn these endpoints on. And once you do, within a second or so, you will start publishing live, right? Okay. All the processing is happening within the switcher. There is some work happening on the internet in the cloud that Stage 10 does on behalf of you, but a lot of the mixing, the video rendering, happens within your browser. And that's partly why the service is free, is because we're offloading some of the work on to the browser. So that's why you need a powerful computer if you're doing this completely cost-free. I would recommend you have an internet connection of a 10 megabits per second upload, although you could get away with 1 or 2 megabits per second. It's really recommend you have 10 megabits per second. Okay, now I could go live and I could talk to all my endpoints, to all my social media channels, but what I want to do first is I want to add a little bit of video production to this. So I want to add some images and videos to make this a little more fun. So beforehand I downloaded some content from Google, and what I have here is I have a video here that is simply a video that just says broadcast is beginning very shortly, doesn't do anything. And I also have this, a countdown. I thought the countdown look was kind of cool, and I'll show you why I like these two assets. I'm also though going to add in a video, and this video here is just something I recorded, or I didn't record, I downloaded, but whatever. Just a video. So yeah, I'm going to put myself back in here. Now I want to actually show you that I can do split screen. So I can actually bring myself in twice, or I can bring a video in here. But what I want to do is I want to bring a video in here, and I want to bring myself here, and later I want to be able to talk about the video. Okay, so I can have myself picture in picture. So I feel like now I'm all set up to make my show. I've set things up. I have my webcam going. I have my microphone going. My endpoints are all set up. All my content set up. So what I'll do now is I'll just push this here, and I'm then going to publish to Twitch, and I'm going to publish to YouTube. I'm not going to publish my Facebook channel because this is just testing. I don't want my friends, for example, to get a notification that I've gone live. But my YouTube account and my Twitch account in this case, I don't mind. So I'm publishing now to those endpoints, and for example, if I go to my YouTube page here, there we go. I'm broadcasting live. And it's about 2 seconds of latency. I think I can get that down even more, but let's check this out. Yeah, so here we go. I'm publishing live to my YouTube channel. Yeah. There we go. So closing that. YouTube works. people know that it was working. They can see that. I can also go to my Twitch page, which is, let me go to Twitch here. I can go to my, where's my stream channel? I should see myself here in a minute. There we go. Now Twitch has a little longer delay. Okay. So we just published to Twitch. It has about 8 seconds of delay, a little longer than YouTube, which is funny. But now what I want to do is I want to actually get rid of this. So let's go there. Broadcast beginning shortly. And now my audience is now seeing just broadcast beginning shortly. So now everyone knows that the show is beginning. They're going to open this up, and hopefully I'll be able to wait until enough people are going to join. Now, in the near future, you'll be able to see how many people are actually watching from within this interface. But for now, you have to go to the endpoints to see who's actually signed up. But for now, again, just this. What I want to do now that I think everything is good is I want to click on this button here, copy, and I'm going to go to my Facebook page, and I'm going to paste that link in on my Facebook page into my Twitch page. And I'm going to post this to everyone in the Twitch channel saying, hey, guys, join the Twitch channel. I'll also put the link in the description. And what they're going to see is they're going to see a link. They're going to see a link, and they're going to click on the link. And when they click on the link, they come to this page, and they'll be able to say, Julia. And they'll be able to sign in, just giving me a name. Boom. They'll see themselves. This will be their webcam. Okay, and they can go through and whatever, change the webcam. Pretty cool. And then they can join the show. So let me bring in CamLink. Oh, I can't bring that one in because this is in use. Okay, so I'll join that. So now when I go back here, Julia joined, and I can drag Julia in. That's not, well, because I'm on the same computer as Julia, that's what happens. But let me show you what happens when I bring in a mobile feed. So we do support iOS, and we do support Android. So the only point is with Android, you need to be using Chrome 65 or newer. And iOS, you can have to download an app. You do the same thing. You give it a name, accept, select face forwarding, and then you join. So again, the same thing happens. I'm joining, and broadcast is beginning shortly. So now, as a Android user, I have joined the show over here. I'm dragging it in. And here we go. Look at that. I can see myself. So that's the end of the video actually, guys. Shortly after that moment, OBS, the software I was using to record my screen, ran out of disk space. Now, that's something you don't actually have to worry about with stage 10 because you're always publishing to the internet. So you can kind of publish as long as you have internet. Anyways, I think I got enough demonstrated to showcase how to create a broadcast, how to invite video feeds, how to mix them together. But you can do quite a bit more. You can bring an iPhone in, you can bring a game feed in, you can bring HDMI cameras in, you can bring screen sharing in. You also can communicate with your audience over chat and with your performers via pre-vetted messages. There's a lot of additional functionality that's coming in the coming weeks and months. Voting, donations, things like that. There's overlays, and those are constantly being expanded on. And yeah, the team here is expanding out. Where you are right now in that desk, there will be someone joining us on Monday brand new, so that's exciting. We had a new hire last week, a new COO, and she's doing fantastic work. I guess a couple weeks ago she joined. Anyways, even if you don't intend to use Stage 10, I really appreciate you watching this video. Subscribe if you want. I have some videos coming out in the next few weeks that have nothing to do with Stage 10. Just audio, video, and there's some geeky projects. That's generally what I'm interested in, and I just make these videos for the fun of it. So yeah, if you have any ideas, you want to contact me, hit me up. Otherwise, again, just thanks for watching. Cheers.